a presentation? Do you have one?
Yes, I have
Okay.
a brief PPT, so I would like to present that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So hope I'm visible also now.
Yeah, you are. So
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
we'll start the program today. Uh, very warm welcome to today's session on career transition in data analytics. As you know, the NCID is organizing a weekly 1 hour Facebook Live and a YouTube Live session on innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup for IGNOU students and faculty, covering different topics of common interest. The program aims at encouraging and motivating IGNOU students towards innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups. The 45th session in this series, titled Career Transition in Data Analytics, is being organized today. To discuss this topic, today we have with us Dr. Vipul Vashisht. Dr. Vashisht is the CEO of Lagazon Technologies in India, a data analytics organization offering consulting and solutions. He also co-founded Lagazon EduTech Private Limited, an edtech company that provides training on best data analytics based technology products having high employable skills. A BE in electronics engineering and MS in software systems, he did his PhD from IGNOU. He has 24 years of experience in the software industry. The significant achievement in his career span has been in building a high-performance data team, setting up trustworthy partnerships, and growing the business in multiple countries. As an education mentor and volunteer, Dr. Vipul has adopted various government schools where he conducts academic workshops in multiple villages under Faridabad region for students of classes 9th to 12th, covering around 3,000 students from government schools every year. I welcome Dr. Vipul Vashisht to this session and request him to deliver his talk on the topic Career Transition in Data Analytics. Dr. Vipul, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mamita, and good morning to everybody available on the call today. And I would like to start with saying that I'm a proud alumni of IGNOU. I did my MBA from IGNOU in 2005, and then I also did my PhD from IGNOU from School of Computer Sciences. So it has been a very long association with IGNOU, and as an alumni, I found it very interesting to basically get back to my alma partner and coordinate to whatever learnings I've achieved in my career so far. So today the topic is career transition in data analytics. So I have been running an organization in data analytics in Delhi NCR for last 12 years. I would like to share my learnings and basically how can students today create a career in this niche area. That the technology is highly growing in industry across the globe today, and there's a huge potential in how we can make a great career ahead. So Dr. Mamita, I will just try to see if I can share my screen.
Sure.
And is it visible now? Can anybody confirm if my screen is visible?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Great. Thank you so much. So I plan to cover the following topics today. I would quickly tell you about my company in a couple of minutes, who we are, what we are doing, and how data analytics and business intelligence works together. Couple of tools that students can learn on their own and which are highly required in the market today. As an organization, we have got multiple openings available today, but we are not able to find the skilled engineers in these technologies. And then a couple of sample applications that my company is working on in multiple business verticals, and then few input for passing on to our students. So we started this company in 2012, and the company work in a niche area of analytics, and we cater to multiple businesses in retail sector, manufacturing, and banking. and working with customers across the globe in Singapore, US, and Dubai. And we also founded a AdTech company in 2020. The core objective of founding the AdTech company was to cater to the resource requirement of our technology business. We were unable to find multiple people outside in this technology, so we decided to hire right from the campus, train students, and then hire them, and then who can work on our global projects. So we work on these areas. So we work with Microsoft on tool known as Power BI, and then a company in US known as Click, Tableau, and Python. We work on data warehousing technologies and cloud computing on Microsoft Azure, and ERP using a tool known as Oracle e-business solutions. These are the customers whom we cater. So you could see a couple of golf sector company like FCI, Indian Oil, couple of tier one companies like EY, and consulting company like Virtusa. So all these customers are the one where our team works and help these customers implement data analytics across their organization in multiple departments. So this is a high level diagram of data analytics. So we will start with taking a quick example of what is the importance of data analytics and why do any company need data analytics. So let us assume a small example of a company, say in automotive sector. Let us take an example of Bajaj Auto Limited. The company has got thousands of employees, around 50 departments, across and their team is working across India. They have got dealers in multiple states, multiple cities, multiple towns who are selling their bikes across India. So if the CEO of or the senior management of Bajaj Auto want to see their sales, how many bikes they are selling across India, who is selling, who is not selling, how are their finances, are they making money, are they profitable company, how many people do they have, what are the skills of those people. So it is quite a challenging task. And what normally happen in large organizations, they have got multiple databases with them. Say for a large company like Bajaj Auto, they might be having CRM such as Salesforce, which cater to their human resource requirement. They might be using ERP such as Oracle or Microsoft SQL Server. Their finance team would be using some different software, HR some different software. And when somebody across the senior position want to see the one snapshot of the data, it becomes highly challenging to bring that dashboard to him. So what we do in data analytics, we empower those decision makers sitting at the top of the organization to take data-driven decisions. Normally, how it is done, we extract or import data from all these CRM, CRP databases or some Excel files. We create a middle layer using a data warehousing solutions, and then we use the tools like business intelligence tools like Microsoft, ClickSense, and Tableau to provide the single dashboard to the head of sales, head of finance, head of marketing, head of supply chain, head of manufacturing, so that they can take decision based on data. This is a very high level summary of how data analytics help large organizations. Today, whether you are a computer engineer, whether you have done a management course, whether you have done a BBA, BCA, MCA, even pharma, whenever you will come out, you will graduate, you will have to work on any of these tools from this diagram. Say if you are a BCA or MCA, you might be using, you might be working on data warehousing layer or basically coding layer. If you are a management graduate, so you would be using these software to analyze data and report the findings to your management. So irrespective of business vertical, irrespective of domain, irrespective of the field that you are studying, this diagram becomes important to any of us who is graduating and passing out, because everywhere, almost in all companies, all organizations, people use these tools nowadays. So we all understand like data and information is the most critical thing today. And all the businesses normally struggle to use their data in a meaningful and productive way. Say if I run my organization and I don't know who are my top customers, who are my bottom customers, how much money I'm making from those customers, then data remains data. unless and until we analyze the data, we get the information out of it, it is of no use to any organization. So when we work on data, we produce these kind of dashboards and we provide these kind of dashboard to the senior management. Now, to get these dashboard, there is a long process at the back end where you are working with multiple databases, multiple programming language, but this is the end result. So if I am the head of sales of this consumer goods company, I would be able to know in a single snapshot what is my profit margin, what is my sales, what is my budget, who is which product is selling in which country, which state, and who is selling and who is not selling. So in one summary line, data analytics help to take data-driven decisions, which can be very beneficial for the short term and the long term for the organization. So now I have got data, I have got information, and I need to report this information or analysis to my senior management. So if I simply put the data in an Excel sheet and share, it will not make any sense. The data analytics tool helps us to create a story out of these dashboards and this data so that the story is able to comprehend well with the business, with the senior management, and they are able to take decisions. So if we need to define data analysis, it is a process of identifying, cleaning up data, transforming data to make it more meaningful, and then this data is crafted into a story through reports and help to take critical decision-making process. Now, what is happening in the industry today, if we look at a couple of reports from the senior analysts in the market of data analytics was around 23.1 USD billion in 2020, and which is going to surpass 33.3 billion USD by 2025. What happened during Corona times, initially everybody was working from offices and the senior management was always have access to their team, their systems. But during lockdown, during Corona, like everybody started working from home and the information became remote. During last 3 years, the market has grown exponentially for these data analytics. Today, everybody needs data at home, sitting at their home, from on their mobiles, on their laptops, so that basically decision making should not stop. This is a major reason of exponential growth in the market. Today, basically sitting here in Delhi, I am daily talking to my competitors, my partners, and we are not able to find skills in this data analytics technology. Most of the company are losing revenue. Last year, we also lost revenue because we had projects, but we were not having skills in this niche domain. So we have to off-go a couple of projects due to the lack of skilled manpower in this area. And if we further look at the forecast of data analytics market, we can see from 2011 to 2027, what is the growth path of this sector in IT industry. And again, some more data from the analysts. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics has also told the estimates of data analytics jobs will grow 25% between 2020 and 2030. World Economic Forum has got a report that more than 80% of the companies would be using analytics by 2025. Today, we work with cement industry, we work with mining industry, we work with auto industry, hospitals, hotels, even banks. Everywhere, these technology has got huge potential. And we all are aware about Industry 4.0, and we have read many reports from Government of India, from Ministry of Commerce, and from multiple forums that the era is going to be driven by Industry 4.0 now. And within this Industry 4.0, it is basically the marriage of physical assets and advanced digital technologies. Today, like if I'm running a trucks company, so we are putting IoT devices on the tires, and the signals from those IoT devices are being captured through a data center, and basically companies are able to decide what is the life of the tire, so that basically if the truck gets stuck in between, it basically whole revenue loss for the logistics company. Similarly, drones, automotive vehicles, 3D printing, all these are futuristic technologies. So for all these technologies, we need to be able to communicate and act on information. Whenever we get signals from those devices, we should be able to take preventive and corrective actions. And data analytics becomes more and more important as we move ahead with Industry 4.0. So today we all understand that every business is now a data business. I believe I'm still audible and visible to everybody.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So, like if I'm doing a business out here and if I do not have any information about my data, then basically it is of no use to us. Unless and until I collect data, correct data, and clean data, it is going to help me as I move ahead to take decisions. So, data makes business possible. Today, without data, we cannot do any business. Irrespective whether the company is of small size or a larger size, the data uh, collaboration is highly important to all of us. And data need to be analyzed. Say I have got around 120 employees in my company, and if I do not have the skill data of those employees, but the people have put their skills within the HRMS system when they joined us, and my team has done no analysis of what skills are known to my team, then basically everything is a waste. So after data, we also need team to analyze the data. So business should know themselves, and we should have insights like tomorrow if I need to work on some other technology, which could be cloud computing or something else. And 15 of my team members are already trained in this skill, and I'm not analyze their CV, their onboarding data. Then basically I'm losing revenue. The skill is available to me, but I'm not aware of whether basically that skill reside in my organization. So without analysis of data, your company is the cost center. You will not be able to run ahead and make revenue. Now I have got data. I have also analyzed data. Lot of time when we work with large companies, they ask us, so we have given you last 10 years of data. You have given the analytics to us. Now what more could be done? So companies want to forecast. If I have sold 1 lakh of bikes in last 5 years, if I do not change my pricing and I do not change my margins, what is going to be my business for next 3 years? This is known as predictive analytics, where data science comes into pictures. We use machine learning algorithms such as the time series modeling, ARIMA model, and we help business so that they can forecast the future and they can basically make new investment, plan for the future, and do their financial planning both based on those predictions. So we have got data, we have analyzed the data, and we have got data science also. Now, what is the importance of cloud in this whole thing? So I believe that people on the call are aware about the concepts of cloud computing. So cloud computing gives us virtual machines and virtual infrastructure, virtual data center on rent, where basically we pay our monthly rentals based on the consumption that we do. So we can simply collaborate or consider cloud to be a cloud computing bill like our AC bill. आप जितना टाइम घर पे AC चलाते हैं उतना आपका मंथली बिल आता है. Similarly, the time I use cloud resources in my company is the bill that I will receive at the month end from Microsoft. And why it is more important for data science? Because when you work on data science, you need large machines and large resources. I'm sitting on my laptop, which has got 16 GB of RAM and i5 processor. But if I want to run a machine learning algorithm with around 10 petabytes of data, my machine will not work, or I will take days or weeks to crunch the data. When we work on large data, we need large machine, multiple processing devices and multiple GPUs. And cloud provides us those resources to have that analysis or have those machine learning algorithms run in a quick way. You can combine multiple machines, you can have multiple GPUs working together, and your large amount of data could be analyzed very, very quickly when we work on cloud. So data science and cloud computing go hand in hand. Whenever you want to crunch large data, you need to do data analytics in a very fast pace, and you need to take help from cloud. So this is one single snapshot of like how cloud works. So basically you go to the cloud computing softwares available on web, and then you can identify what kind of machine you need, for how much hours you need that machine, and what you want to do with that machine. And then it will tell you how much of money you need to pay for that machine. Simply, you can see in this diagram that it is telling me that if I use S2 standard machine for doing a data science project, then basically I need to pay 2,324 rupees on a daily basis. This is how it works. Whenever we need to crunch data, we go to our Azure Studio, we pick up a machine, identify what kind of configuration would be required for the machine, and run the machine for specific hours until and unless we get all the results, and then you can switch off the machine. Again, tomorrow, if you need to use the machine, you can switch on the machine. The amount of billing would depend upon how much time you have used the machine. This is the basic concept of cloud computing. So another term which is very, very known and popular nowadays is digital transformation. Whole industry across the globe is moving and going through digital transformation projects. But what actually is digital transformation? If you read the newspapers, the business pages of Hindustan Times or TOI, if you basically go to Google and you tag this term digital transformation, you will get lakhs of results. So traditionally, how companies were doing business? Traditionally, we were aware that marketing was done using print materials, and we were used to using the mail campaigns to do marketing of our businesses earlier. We were used to do billboard printing, the posters on the roadsides, and then basically we used to have brick and mortar storefronts. Today, print materials have been replaced by social media marketing. You can see marketing happens on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We are running email campaigns, and you have got now Amazon, Flipkart, and Snapdeal kind of a e-commerce website. So this is how business is transforming from the earlier traditional business to digital transformation business. Every company need to have a digital presence. If you do not have a digital presence, you cannot scale up globally. This is what most companies are doing nowadays. Most of the tools that we are using are catering to the process of digital transformation. So there's another term known as business intelligence. This is the main tool on which basically most organizations work. So in 1989, there was a guy, Howard Dressner, who conceptualized the idea of BI. And he defined it as concepts and methods to improve business decision making by using fact support systems. Today, Click is a company which is based out of US. They work in about 100 countries and around 30,000 enterprise customers. Everybody knows about Microsoft. So Microsoft has a tool known as Power BI, which is a tool which is used by all Fortune 500 companies across the globe to analyze their data. Tableau is another tool. Now this company has been bought by Salesforce, which again basically is helping business analyze their data. So I will also give you a quick snapshot of these tools as we move forward. So how business has changed over the years. So I passed out in 1998 when I passed my BTech, and I joined an IT company in Gurgaon. So at that time, what was happening, we were getting around projects of 1 year, 2 years, long projects. And in those projects, basically, we were talking to the IT managers of our customers. Now, today, after around 24 years of passing out and in the software industry, today, nobody does those large projects. Everybody want to get the project done in 2 to 3 months because things are changing so rapidly. If somebody is putting their money for a project of 1 year duration, when the project would be done, the entire landscape of technology and business would have changed. So initially, the customer was the IT manager of the company, but today, most of the time, like whenever somebody passes, if a student has joined companies like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, they work for an IT company. Say Infosys is an IT company or Wipro is an IT company, but they work for a business. So while the computer engineer is working for Infosys, he would be working either for a bank or for an automotive company like Renault Nissan, or for a cement company like Dalmia Cement, or for a FMCG company like Coca-Cola. Everybody work for a business, and IT companies get their revenue from the business. So now what has changed during the generation, now IT is no longer a decision maker. Like if I work in my company, then I got my business from the head of the sales department, head of the marketing department, and head of the supply chain department. These are the people who need solutions in IT. These are the people who need data to drive their decisions. If I am the marketing head, I need to see what is my marketing budget for last 5 years. What should I do? Which of my marketing solutions are working? Which marketing solutions are not working? Similarly, if I am the sales head, I need to see, like taking the same example of Bajaj Auto, in India, which city is selling the most bikes? Say Gujarat is selling the most bikes. So who in Gujarat is selling the most bikes? So at one click of a mouse on these Power BI or ClickSense tools, I would get to know who is selling the most and who is not selling, which product is selling, which version of bike is selling, and which version of bike is not selling. So all these tools will give a dashboard to management within seconds, and the management would be able to take a decision. So I might appreciate the person who is selling the most bikes, and I might ask the person who is not doing his job, say, what is the challenge that you are facing that you are not able to sell the bikes? At the same time, from the inventory, I would know that my 500 bikes are sitting in, say, a remote town in Rajasthan, where the basically requirement are not for 500 bikes, and Gujarat basically that there is a shortage of bikes. So I can quickly move my inventory from one region to the other region based on this data. So this is a whole landscape of data analytics. So we work with multiple databases, multiple applications. So uh, going back to the same example, a company use multiple databases, multiple ERPs, their marketing department, supply chain, inventory, sales, finance, account, use different softwares. And if at the head of the company, I need to know how many people are working in my company, how many people have resigned in last 6 years, why have they resigned? What is the sales of my company? What is the marketing budget of my company? What is the inventory uh, load in my company? What are the warranty failures? So how do I get snapshot of all these key performance indicators which are sitting in multiple databases, multiple tables? So how do I get a single snapshot? So data analytics does, they pick data from multiple data sources, they put data in a single middle tier layer, and then they basically visualize the dashboard using this data analysis. This is the high level diagram of data analytics, how it works in most organizations. And what are the solutions? So like if you can take example of operations, so we can do predictive maintenance. Say there is a company in Kanpur, a very big manufacturing company, and they have machine worth crores. When they sell those machines to their customers, they want to know that every component has got a life. Like for a example, they have got multiple aluminum component whose life is around 3 years. So they would have edge computing device put on those large machines, and those devices would keep on sending signals to the central database, and they would tell us in advance that basically this component is going to expire in 2 months, 3 months. Now it depends upon the customer whether he want to buy a new replacement or not. And if we don't buy a new replacement, then there is a high probability that there would be a defect in the whole machine, and their work would stop. And stopping a large machine, stopping a large manufacturing plant is a huge loss for the company. Similarly, for marketing, if I need to know churn analytics, say we work for a company in insurance domain, and the company wanted to know how many customers will not come back to them to renew their life insurance. What happens every year? We go back and we renew our car insurance, we renew our bike insurance, our health insurance. And we already are working with one company, say Oriental Insurance. Now, tomorrow I go to Policy Bazaar, and I got to know that I can also get a new company by paying a low premium. So if I have got 1 lakh customers and my 20,000 customers are moving to some other insurance player for a lower cost, then it is a loss for me. So we use these analytics to see how many people will not come back to me so that I can offer some more deals to them, some more discounts to them, and then I can retain that business with me. So couple of tools. I think if students are on the call, they should note down these tools. There's a company known as Click. They have a product known as ClickSense. We are partnered with this company in India, and we provide these solutions to our customers. So this company has got around 25 years in data and analytics. Even before Microsoft Power BI came, they were the leaders in analytics. The company is headquarters in USA, and they have got around 50,000 customers in around 100 countries. And large organizations such as Airbus, Samsung, Novartis use ClickSense to do their data analytics. Now, for students, this ClickSense desktop is free of cost. The development software, they can download ClickSense on their machines, and their whole courses are also freely available. And Click also have a program known as Click Academic Program, where universities can tie up with Click, and the team of Click will enable students to learn this tool. Now there are two things. Click want to increase awareness of this tool in the India region. Secondly, companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, they have got large requirement of people who know ClickSense. Even today, we need around 30-40 people who know ClickSense, but we don't have people available in the market, and we're struggling. So if students can learn this tool while they are graduating, they can clear some certification, do some courses, then it would be a very, very beneficial experience for them when they come out. These are the companies who use ClickSense data analytics tool. You can see high-tech companies, Lenovo, Siemens, you can see banks, you can see Indian Oil, you can see basically healthcare companies, you can see retail companies, you can see manufacturing companies. Everywhere this tool is used to do data analysis. Other tools that we should note is Microsoft Power BI. And these are the companies who use Microsoft Power BI tool to do data analysis. So you can see companies across manufacturing, government sector, healthcare. Again, Microsoft Power BI is also a very, very niche technology. Today, these are expensive people when we hire them. Very, very expensive people when we hire these people across the globe. So if students can again learn this tool, Power BI desktop is also free of cost. You can download this tool. They have got a lot of free courses available on web. You can learn the tool. You can certify yourself. And then again, there's a huge potential for getting good career in this technology. So this is a snapshot of Power BI. You can see it can export data from almost all data sources. You can export data from files, from database, from cloud, and you can basically merge these databases to do dashboarding and decision making. So you can start with the Power BI in minutes if you're using this tool. You can ask question of your data. It has got embedded artificial intelligence and NLP algorithms built in, where you can simply ask questions and it will give you answers to your queries. And the other thing is you import the data and it will automatically run this artificial intelligence engine, and it will give you insights about your data, what is working and what is not working for your organization. It has also got a mobile application. You can see basically everything. Senior management can simply ask questions on the mobile application, and you get all the answers to your queries on your data, which is residing in multiple data sources in an organization. This is a life cycle of a BI project. So we all have studied waterfall life cycle during our college years. So now those concepts have changed. People use more agile approach. So you get the data, you connect to the data sources, you prepare the data, you perform the analysis, you find the analysis and insights of your data, and then you create beautiful dashboards which are quick to provide information to senior management of your data. So on this slide, let me take a quick pause and let me see if I can show you ClickSense. So is this KPI dashboard visible to everybody?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So this is a dashboard which is created in a tool known as ClickSense. So if I'm the head of a sales department, then I can see my margin, my this year's sales versus last year's sales, my sales versus budget. And the good part is if I only want to see what is happening in California, I simply select California and the whole chart will point out to California only. I can remove the filters. If I want to know how is Amanda doing, so I will simply click on the name of Amanda and the whole margins, sales and budgets will change to what Amanda is doing. So I can see that Amanda is working in Nevada, she's working in Texas, she's basically selling these products. This is the power of these BI tools, with basically where you can slice and dice data. And these tools are known as self-service analytics. So when software developers do the programming and create these dashboards, the consumer of these dashboards is the business teams, the sales team, the marketing team. And those people are not tech savvy. So we need to give them something that they can quickly understand and then they can quickly use. If I can move to the other tabs of this dashboard, so we can again see basically, we can see how are various states in US doing. What is the revenue by the product group? So if I just need to see how are fresh vegetables selling, so I will simply click on fresh vegetables and it will tell me how fresh vegetables are selling. If I want to click on a particular portion of a map, then again basically it will tell me what is happening in that region in the country. So it was basically California. So in California, the sales is 11.86 million and the margin is 4.7 million. So if I'm the head of the company, I can take quick decisions. So which sales representative is selling, which is not, who is not working, who is working, and then I can take quick decision based on the insight which are coming from this data. And as I discussed, basically we need to have a storytelling. So this storytelling about the data is done by the tool itself. It will tell you that in the central region, fresh vegetables is the third selling product. Similar to this, you can have multiple insights which are coming from the data. We are losing customers on the low selling products. It would be important to focus on the high margin products. The high sale and the budget is keeping its customer base. So all these insights and the story is being created by the tool itself. So this is one example of this tool known as Click, and then basically we also work on a tool which is known as Microsoft Power BI. So this is a interface of Microsoft Power BI. This is the development version. Basically, once the dashboarding is done, then we publish this tool on the Microsoft Cloud. And the skills which is required to work on these tools, everybody should be aware of the SQL language. Today, what is happening in IT industry, like due to the popularity of terms like artificial intelligence and machine learning, people are aware that these are the areas where basically salaries are better, companies are hiring, and there are a lot of opportunities. So most of the population want to become a data scientist. People are doing multiple courses from outside. They are paying lakhs of rupees to the companies or the institutes who claim to make them data scientists. So I take a lot of interviews daily, and I talk to people who are coming out of these institutes. What is happening? They are learning the concept of data science. They are able to tell me like what is support vector mechanism, what is supervised learning, what is neural network. But when I ask them, can you create an inner join, outer join? Can you write a simple SQL statement? Those people are not able to do those things. Unless and until we are able to talk to a RDBMS, and communication to RDBMS is done using a language known as SQL query language, we cannot do anything. The first step to become a data scientist is to become a data analyst. We should know how to write a SQL statement, how to work across table, how to work with multiple databases, how to clean data, how to remove outliers. And after spending 3 to 5 years in data analysis, then you can look at a data scientist role. Because if you understand the whole life cycle, you understand how to work on RDBMS, you understand how to create a data warehouse, you understand how to create a visualization layer, then the forecasting and the prediction part comes into picture. So the advice to people who want to have a career in data science is to first look at how to become a data analyst. So if you want to use these tools, either Microsoft or Click, you need to know how to basically work on data, how to do data modeling, how to work on relationships. If you're good in SQL, if you've got a decent programming concept, then you can quickly become a data analyst. And the power of Microsoft is that you can quickly embed both R and Python within the interface itself. If I want to run a forecasting algorithm, I can simply bring the Python visual to my main screen and I can run a Python code. If I want to use R for forecasting, then Microsoft tool also give me a convenience to use both R and Python, so that basically I can use these languages to do forecasting algorithms. So this is the development part where developers work. They basically create measures, create dimension, they work on different charts, and they work on multiple machine learning algorithms. They work on basically how to transform data, how to do the data source settings. And then once this is done, the application is published on the web. And this is how the application looks on the web. So basically, this is a sample application that we have done for a client who sells medicines. So this is a dummy data. And this is a Power BI dashboard. So working with multiple data sources, we were able to give this dashboard to the head of sales. What was their sales volume, their sales data? If I want to see what has happened between last 2 years, then again the data would change. So this is known as self-service analytics, where you don't need an IT team. If you are a business user, you can simply do a slice and dice. If I want to see only antibiotics, I will click on antibiotics and it will give me data on antibiotics. If I want to see a particular brand, I will simply click on this brand of Oflacin and it will give me the data which is there in the Oflacin. So if I want to see the top analysis, top 5 customers, top 10 customers across everything, then again I can use these dashboards. And then what if analysis? Now customer want to say, if I basically change my sales by this percentage and price by this percentage and quantity by X percentage, then what would be the total impact on the output? Then all those things can be done using these intelligent tools. So both Microsoft Power BI and ClickSense are the most used tools in the market, and it would be good for anybody who want to make a career in data science to learn these tools. Both these tools have got a lot of material available. Power BI desktop is free. Anybody can download this software and anybody can start using this software. You can simply start with working with importing Microsoft Excel sheet rather than basically working with data sources. Like if I want to get data, I can simply work with 2 or 3 Excel workbooks also to learn how to use Power BI. You can anytime use a SQL Server database or Power BI or multiple other data sources if you want to work on large data set. But in the beginning, if you simply want to learn, then we can use Excel workbooks. The tool has got functionality to work with SQL Server, Oracle, IBM, MySQL, you name anything. And you can import even SAP data sources, Amazon, Google BigQuery, Snowflake. This tool can work with importing data from anything which is available in the IT industry. Any database, any data source, you can import the tool and you can do mining within the tool itself. And this is our cloud environment. So like I was telling you like how cloud works. So like this is a snapshot of the Microsoft Azure of our company, Legathon.com. And like you can see, like if I need to create a new machine, so I can simply go and create a virtual machine out here. So as of now, our education business is running on a learning management tool known as Moodle. We have set up a Moodle machine here. You can see it is running on Linux environment. It is running on Ubuntu server, and it has got a 8 GB of RAM, and it is A4 machine. And it will always give me that how much credit is remaining. So every month we take a credit of around 75,000 to run these machines, multiple machines, and it will give me that how many money is left. And if we want to switch off the machine or switch on the machine, we can basically also do those things. We can always stop the machine, always start the machine. And when you stop the machine, the meter stops. You will not be charged for the time when the machine is stopped, except some mandatory services that keep on running. So this is how we use Microsoft Cloud. You can create any machines. You can create any machine learning studio. If I go to create a resource, you can create a virtual machine. You can create a Windows server. You can create a Linux server. So all those resources are available in Microsoft Data Center, and based on your request, they will create a virtual machine for you, and you can keep using these resources for the time you want to use it. I think we discussed this part. So today, around a couple of years back, we were saying that data is the new currency. But now today, skill has become a new currency. So as an organization, we keep on visiting multiple campuses to hire engineers. And till around 3 to 4 years back, we were getting calls from multiple universities across India where the TNP department were requesting us to come and do a campus hiring for their students. Today, we are calling those colleges that we need people. Do you have fresh engineers available for hiring? And today, basically, like if I talk about multiple universities across Delhi NCR, almost 90 to 95% of the engineers are already placed. So the percentage of placement in campus have increased exponentially because large companies are hiring like anything because they know that they need to hire and they need to train people because there is a lot of scope available in the market in the niche technology areas in time to come. So you can see KPMG, which is the leading consulting organization, they are saying that skill is a new currency. You talk to IBM is saying skill is the new currency. And if you talk to Forbes is saying forget Bitcoin now, skill is the currency of the future. So when we say skill, when we hire people, so we look for people who are quick to learn, who are easy to train. And if I'm doing a hiring for a Java developer, if a person knows Java, say on a scale of 10, I am rating him 5 on 10 or a 6 on 10, but the person has got aptitude for problem solving, he is confident, and he is something who can be cross-trained quickly, then we will hire him. Today, we will not hire for technology. We will hire whether the person has got skills to train himself, to cross-train himself. So there's a huge shortage of skilled engineers. Demand is very, very high, while supply is very, very less for those skills. There are a lot of entry-level data analyst jobs which are available. So if you can train yourself on SQL, Python, stats, and data visualization, it's a huge potential available. Almost all data scientists starts at data analyst. So if you want to become a data scientist, then data analysis is the right kind of an entry job where you can train and then have a career. What is the role of a data analyst? You gather data, you work on multiple data sources, you grab data, import data, you clean the data, you clean the outliers, then you do data modeling. Basically, we have learned these concepts during our graduation years, how to do star schema, snowflake schema, primary key, foreign key. Then you interpret data, you interpret the charts, and then you present the data. This is the primary role of a data analyst. These are the technologies that people should learn: Tableau, Python, ETL, Power BI, ClickSense, and Jupyter Notebook for Python. So the demand is roles required are business analysts, developers across these tools, expertise in talking to RDBMS using SQL. And the people should be smart with sound communication skill, passion to learn, and who should invest on a career and not a job. So this is very, very important. So a lot of times when we come out of our college, uh, we might be getting a job where we are paid higher, but that is a short-term thing. So we should look for an opportunity where I can create a career. Today, when I hire people in data analytics, so we talk for a long term. It is not a short term thing. Like people, like as an organization, we intend to give a career rather than a job. And you should be technically sound in at least one skill on the left and invest on continuous learning. This is highly important in today's time, whether you are a CEO of a company or you are a developer. If you're not learning, then you're losing. So I passed out as an electronics engineer in 1998, and then I did my MBA, then I did my MS, and then I did my PhD. So I was studying till last 4 years. So after engineering, also I was doing something or the other for close to 20 years, and I did almost two new certification every year. And this year also I have done a two certification. So if you work on the niche end of the technology, then you need to quickly get a mindset of learning on a regular basis. So invest on learning. Like one approach that have worked for me. Once I passed out and I got my first salary check in 1998. Every year I invest my January salary into my upgradation, and I have kept that promise till date. Every year my January salary goes to a different bank account, and I use that salary to buy books, to buy courses, to do new certification, and this will help you to learn new skills which are coming in the market. So when you talk to people, when you talk to your employers, when you give interviews, you can talk their language. Other thing is when we hire, a lot of people are putting AI ML in the CVs. So we should recommend not to use it everywhere. If you have really done those things, you have learned those skills, then it makes sense to use AI term, because this term is now basically misused in a very, very negative way. Everybody use these terms whether they have read only one chapter in their graduation year. So unless and until you have done something really meaningful, don't misuse these terms. This is something I was talking to some time back, that Click has a program known as Click Academic Program. Universities can tie up with Click, and then Click would be having a team that will train people on these tools, ClickSense data analytics tool. Microsoft Azure is free for 12 months. So any student can go on Microsoft website, they can create an account for Microsoft, and they can run cloud technology. They will get a waiver of initial month for their using the cloud computing account. And Microsoft has got everything free on cloud. So you can simply go to docs.microsoft.com, and they will give you a learning path. If you want to become a data analyst, you download the Microsoft Power BI software, and you start reading these tutorials, which is free for everybody. A lot of people are using these material from web to become a data analyst, and it is highly useful and very, very good quality. And our company also have tied up with the Ministry of Education, Government of India, basically, where we were the only company that was selected by Ministry of Education to do internship in data analytics. You can also go to this website on the AICT website, AICT portal, and then you can look for our company. And we have got a separate team which train people on analytics. And what we do, we have got our programmers who work on our technology business. They train students, and then we normally try to hire 3 to 5 students from every batch, because the whole purpose of doing this internship was to feed skills in our own business. So thank you so much for your time, and many thanks and much appreciated. If in case there are any questions, so I would be happy to take them now.
Thank you, Dr. Vipul, for your extremely interesting and informative talk. The topic is very relevant today, as it's new and emerging as well, and I'm sure the students who are interested in a career in data analytics would be highly motivated from your talk. I was looking at our Facebook page, and one of our learners, Abhijit Das, has given his feedback that it is a very useful talk. And we have here with us our regional directors from across India, from Patna, from Jaipur, from Srinagar, from Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam, and Mumbai. I would like to invite them for their questions, comments, and observations. Before I invite Dr. Abhilashji for his comment, there is one small thing that I would like to know on behalf of our students from Dr. Vipul. Dr. Vipul, this is, as you know, a platform to motivate our students as well as the faculty members, especially the students who want to set up their own enterprise, to be innovators, to be, to set up their own startups, for example. So there are two small things I wanted to know. One was, would you like to expound on what motivated you to found your own company, the motivating factor, being an IGNOU alumni, and also you are a member of the institution's innovation club here at IGNOU. Would you like to describe a little bit about what motivated you to found your own companies? You have two companies. What motivated you? And also, do you have any message to give our students who are aspiring to be innovators and entrepreneurs?
Sure. So actually, I started late. So I should have done this thing around 15 years back. So there were a lot of ideas in the mind, and we were thinking of setting up a company for long, but somehow basically due to multiple risks involved in the whole process, we were not able to take that decision at an early stage. But today, I would like to say that it's a highly adventurous area. We should remove our limiting beliefs that I cannot do this or I cannot do that. If you have got a fair idea, you are confident about your idea, then you should go out and basically start your thing. And I made a mistake. I took around 7 to 8 more years to basically come out of my limiting beliefs. But people learn from failures. So we had our own, and if you don't have failure, then you don't learn. So that those failures were equally important. But today, both my business are highly profitable. We are a zero debt company, and we are working with the leading enterprise customers across the globe today. And yes, if so people who are really confident that their idea is unique, it would be help for either for a social cause or for a business cause. So vet your idea with somebody who can be your mentor. So basically, we had this idea of setting up data analytics business and do something where you have got a core skill. So I started analytics business because I have been working in this line for close to 10 years before starting this business. So if you are basically a software engineer and you want to run an agricultural company, then basically you should do a double check. So start something where you have a core competency, or some of your partner has got a core competency. If you don't have a core competency, then basically you should challenge yourself, why I'm doing this thing. Find a mentor who has made name in the same field, in the same business. So we have got a couple of mentors. We used to bounce back our ideas with them, and start small. Start very small. Do a very small POCs and run with your POCs to multiple businesses. Show them your POCs, and it might take some time, but somebody would tell you, yes, you are on the right path, and then it will take it from there. So we started. I still remember 3 years back, we started with only 3 members in our technology business in analytics. And today we are around 72, and the business is growing continuously, and it's a very basically niche area and lot of scope ahead. So data analytics, if somebody want to someone has got great ideas, so I would be happy to mentor. I would be happy to listen. I would be happy to give some time. And if you've got something else in IT, because my core area is IT. If you have got ideas around software, ideas around ERPs, ideas around machine learning, then again, basically, I would be happy to come on board, listen to what you people are doing, and if I can help in any other way, so why not?
Thank you very much, Dr. Vipul. Now I would like to invite Dr. Abhilash Naik for his comments, please.
First of all, I would like to congratulate NCID and Dr. Vipul Basist for this wonderful, informative and enlightening session. As I was very careful, though I am a student of literature, I was very careful listening to him, because his ideas are not only useful to the young startup people, young innovators, but they are also useful to people like us who are doing research, because some of my articles are there uploaded on the Academia Edu, and I always get reminders, notifications that someone saw your article, someone visited your article. So I think that it is only data analytics that helps Academia Edu to notify such things. And there are so many things that data analytics can do. And what I could understand that it provides the business intelligence that you rightly said for doing a business successfully. You know in what direction your business is moving. That's very important. And it's, I think, for everybody who wants to progress in life, that is very important. Number one. Number two, the other thing that you told, that I am also doing that. I keep on adding my skill, improving my skills through adding qualifications. I am still a student of MBA of IGNOU, and I would encourage all the students who are present over here to keep expanding their knowledge base, to keep expanding their skill base, so that nobody can beat them in the world. There are some students from Innovation Club Patna, I think, because we have created a WhatsApp group for the Innovation Club, and I am going to promote that in a big way. And the next session, I am pretty sure some of the academic councils from my region would be there. And I would like to invite Bipul Basishji to one of the meetings of our Innovation Club, so that he would inspire our learners, our faculty with his ideas. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Abhilash. And anything for IGNOU. So basically, IGNOU has got a very deep impact on me. So basically, and I have got huge respect for Professor Manohar Lal, Professor P.V. Suresh, basically, with whom I did my doctorate in artificial intelligence. And if I could help IGNOU in any way, I would be happy. So today I have reached a certain point in my career, and it is due to basically my alma mater, the people who have motivated me, people who have mentored me. So yes, basically there's a huge responsibility on people like us to give it back to our alma maters.
Dr. Vipul, there is a comment from a student, Anup Kumar Prasad. He says it was an informative session. He asks a question, sir, any business case scenario where the outcome was profitable just because of data analysis? I think he means your company. I think this is related to your company, I believe.
So like everything today, when I am saying that we are a profitable and a zero debt company, so most of the credit goes to analytics. We were able to take the right decision at the right time. Which technologies are working for us, which are the clients which are giving us the highest revenue, which are the clients basically where we are putting more power and we are getting less revenue. So all those decisions which basically were given to us using these BI tools, we were able to take those timely decisions and move in the right direction. So these tools will give you insight using the data that basically they will question your intelligence. At the end, these tools is also a software program. They will throw data at you, they will throw analysis at you, and then it is up to human mind to understand, analyze, and see basically and challenge themselves. Are you doing the right thing? Are you doing the thing in the right way? And then if something is wrong, then take a decision immediately. Because companies like us, when we start, we want to fail as quickly as possible. Because if you fail quickly, then you will stand up quickly and then you can move ahead. So yes, a lot of those insights came from analyzing our business data, analyzing our customer data, analyzing our finance data, and then we were able to move ahead in the right possible way.
Thank you, Dr. Bashish. Ms. Bulbul has raised her hand. Would you like to ask anything?
Yes. Sir, I would like to ask you, I am supposed to join Honeywell from 7th as business analyst, LMS.
Okay.
And I don't have expertise in what you say, software kind of. I am an MBA HR. And yes, of course, my project is not done. MSW from IGNOU. So I have always been into academics somewhere. So do I need to study that you have said Microsoft has a platform? QuickSense is different, and there is one more you said. I'm so sorry. Power BI.
Yeah, it's Power BI.
Hello.
It's Microsoft Power BI, yes.
So yeah, please.
So Bulbul, when you say that you are joining as a business analyst LMS, So your role would be to capture the high level requirement from your end users and to document those things. So it would not be a purely technical role. You would be able to guide the technology team so that they would able to develop the software as per the input received from customers. So you will be capturing the inputs and you will be changing the high level inputs which would be received in a very vague manner from business in a basically a understandable format for the technical team. And since it is an LMS, it would be a learning management system. So you will be
Yeah.
working on basically a tool like that, like we work on Moodle. A lot of organization use this open source tool to train their internal teams. So you will be capture requirement from business and then give those input to LMS team so that they can configure the LMS accordingly.
So what skill sets do I really need to work on?
So, like again, if you need to analyze how many users are there in the L&D, what kind of insights are available as a LMS, like how many users log in, how many users are actually making use of your learning management portal. Are they really learning? Which courses are most in demand? Which courses are not in the demand? Which students would not be able to complete their courses? How many students would be able to drop out? All those insights can be given by the BI tool. So you can dump the data of LMS in any CSV format. You can import the data in Microsoft Power BI, and you can create the key performance indicators of learning management system, and you can present it to your management.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bulbul. We have with us Dr. O.P. Sharma, Director NCID. Sharma ji, would you like to say something?
Yes, Dr. Mamita, I missed this session. In fact, I was in another meeting, but I could make it at least at the end of the session. I am with all of you. This is a very true that data analytics is a very important aspect, almost like an LMS, or particularly in case of teaching learning, we depend much on this. Earlier, we were analyzing the profile of the students based on certain other parameters. Now we have certain ICT tools, several things are being done. Even the Google has that kind of aspects, components, and we have been doing those all things at our level. But the tools like Moodle or other which are proper LMS, they have very well designed, well prepared data analytics provision in that, and that helps us in understanding the requirement of the users, and also what is being used up to what extent by the users. Those are all things. Accordingly, you can think of designing, redesigning your curriculum, the approach of teaching learning, what kind of other supports are required. For example, if your video program support a set of 10-15 video programs you are giving along with your study material, and you will find a large number of students are watching a particular program. That gives you indication that this is the kind of video that students require. Accordingly, you can redesign, you can re-record your videos, or can think of providing this similar kind of stuff to the students. So that is a kind of a benefit of this data analytics. And it is very important, not only in a teaching learning system. I think he must have emphasized in any business also. If you are doing some business or you are using some tools, and then what kind of users are coming, what kind of things you are browsing on your portal or the app. Those all things are being, I think, recorded by the company, and accordingly they are pushing certain ads to you. They are pushing certain kind of the programs that this will be of your interest, and then this is going to be, I think, very integral part of almost in all walks of our life, because you might be reading on a WhatsApp or somewhere else, like in future what kind of things will be there using this AI, कि आपको तो इस नंबर का ये सामान चाहिए, आपको ये available है, वो बहुत सारी चीजें they might be doing, and these all things are basically depending on the data analytics. They are collecting data, what thing you are browsing, what thing you are searching, what you are watching more, what you are looking for, what kind of interest you have, all things. And this is in teaching learning, in business, and even day-to-day browsing also. you will see on your Google the kind of news you will find that will be depending on what you are browsing there. The data is being captured by them. Accordingly, they are pushing the things to you. May not be ad, but maybe the news related to you. People are watching certain news related to a particular event. Then you will find next day you will find the similar kind of things. Same thing is on YouTube. So this is basically going to be a very game changer in the future, and we'll have to depend on it. If you are using the ICT tools for any purpose, you are using any apps, you are using any software, you will have to depend on the data. And then it is very truly said that next war or something that will be depending on the data. What kind of data you are? Everything is depending on the data. People are playing. You are getting free things from different companies or organizations. Why they are giving? Because they are using your data. And you using that data, they are getting benefit, they are getting advantage of that. These all things are there. So I think this topic is very important, and we all have to not to be as expert, but at least we should be aware of these things, and we can take help of the experts. What kind of support we can take from those to analyze our data and then accordingly plan the things. So this will be useful for those who are interested in innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup, also those who are interested in doing their business. And that is basically the objective of this program, which we are giving on every Friday. The Facebook Live, we are bringing different experts. And good thing is that Dr. Bipul is our alumni. And Dr. Bipul, we have lots of hope from you. In fact, we are taking you as our great ambassador for all other students. Also, we are planning great thing, taking all the alumni with us, because we know there will be thousands and lakhs of alumni like you who are very successful, and there has been certain contribution of the university in their success, I hope. And if they come forward and they meet together and then they provide some kind of support or guidance to their fellow students who are now pursuing their studies through IGNOU, I think that will be great help, because that will help them in getting a particular direction, certain direction. Because mostly what is happening at the moment, our students, they are pursuing a particular program, but some of them, as we have experienced during these 3-4 years, that they are interested in doing in their own something, business or startup or something else, like to be independent, but they are lacking the guidance, they are lacking that kind of orientation, they are lacking that kind of mentoring and handholding. We know that Bulbul Chatta, I find her in every meeting and every program. So this is because of her motivation only. I think tomorrow she can be, if this kind of guidance and support is continuously provided to her, and like her other students, Anup, I can see he is also there. So these will be motivated and also will get certain directions, and hopefully they may also be setting up their enterprise tomorrow, very successful venture they can set up. For that purpose, if we meet all people like you and then provide them that kind of direction, which I hope you must have given them, how the data analytics can be helpful to them. So we are really thankful to you for sparing time, and in future also we will keep on troubling you, and I hope you will support.
Thank you, sir. It was really nice. Thank you again.
Because our aim is to help our students, because that they are pursuing their programs, but if they are interested, then we want to be with them, we want to mentor them, we want to guide them, and if need be, we will be hand holding also. So thank you very much for sparing time. I missed the complete program, but still I rushed, and I thought towards the end I will join, and then at least we will have certain interaction. So yeah. Thank you very much to all the participants also. So Dr. Momita, you can see now if there is any other question or query, then we can take it up.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. I'd like to ask Dr. Vipul, do you have anything to add to what Dr. Sharma said?
No, I think I'm completely aligned, and so whatever support or initiative I can be part of at IGNOU, I would be happy. whenever basically IGNOU needs me, I think I would try my level best to come and basically support the initiatives. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
We have another response on the Facebook live page. Mr. Manjunath B. Kore appreciates the talk. And do we have any other comments or questions from our other listeners? If we do not have, then it's time to wind up the session. I would like to thank our expert today, Dr. Vipul Vashisht, for sparing his valuable time to give this inspiring talk and also for graciously answering the questions. I thank all the directors and heads, regional directors, faculty members, and academics of IGNOU for attending today's session. I thank Mr. Rajesh Sharma, head of the Public Information Unit, for providing NCID with the Facebook Live platform and ensuring the smooth conduct of the session with utmost dedication. I thank Dr. O.P. Sharma, Director NCID, and my colleagues, Dr. Jyotsna Dikshit and Dr. Sujata Santosh, for their untiring support. I thank Mr. Pawan Kumar and Mr. Praveen Chauhan for extending their assistance in the smooth conduct of this program. This brings us to end of today's session. Hope to see you in the next week. Till then, namaste.
Thank you. Appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaskar. Thank you.